Thank God this is happening. They actively removing people pretending to be kids to weed out the predators, but won't remove the predators? That's right. Yes, and the reason why is that Roblox is afraid of getting lumped in with being a predator platform. That's what they're afraid of. They don't want to be seen as a predator platform, which clearly isn't working.
I can't believe how fast the Schlep versus Roblox situation is escalating, because what's come out recently is absolutely insane.
Yep.
Star creators are dropping out one after another, including cked, who's basically the face of Roblox YouTube. On top of that, Schlep is officially lawyering up, teaming up with a massive law firm to take on Roblox and expose them from the inside out.
Yep.
On top of that, the Attorney General of Louisiana filed a full-on lawsuit against Roblox, and that's—
They're so fucked. They're so fucked.
Still not everything.
What's a Star Creator? It's just a creator program that they're a part of.
Get into the whole situation though, make sure to like the video, subscribe, comment your thoughts, and share the video with a friend to make sure all of this information is spread to as many people as possible. Now, let's begin with what's happening with the Roblox creators. One of the biggest results in the entire Schlep versus Roblox situation is that Star creators, the literal faces of Roblox YouTube, are now walking away from the platform.
Well, this is also what happens, is that as soon as you have people that start leaving, it begins an entropy cycle where now it becomes popular to leave and people are doing it because they don't like the fact that it's happening, right? Like, and more people are leaving.
Not just anyone, the guy who's basically the whole face of Roblox content. cked posted a video nearly 30 minutes long announcing that he's officially leaving the Roblox Star program.
What a surprise.
And you can tell that it wasn't an easy decision for him. This is someone who's built his entire career, his channel, and even his home off of Roblox, and now he's saying enough is enough. Now, I usually don't use clips very often in my videos, but I can't just
If someone is inappropriate to someone who's an adult but pretending to be a minor, how do they get these people in trouble? Well, the real reason why is that where there's smoke, there's fire. And it's kind of like, you know, like whenever one of these guys gets arrested, there's like a random, like, problematic Nevron at a 7-Eleven that gets arrested, and you, like, inspect them, and they have, like, three different types of drugs, and like, in their shoe, there's a knife, and then you look at their arrest record, they've been in jail for 7 years. And like, you know, they've previously gone to jail for like beating up a kid, and it's like, so you never, like, again, whenever you catch one of these people, the probability, so like, this is a statistic that it's a sick statistic, but it's true. Whenever a person who gets convicted of a sexual crime finally gets caught, the average amount of victims that they've had prior to getting caught is 5. So in most of these cases, there's like 3 or 4 different examples of this happening at the same time.
This out.
Please define a Nevron. Soulless, annoying NPC that exists solely for creating problems for everybody else.
This clip shows just how seriously Roblox's recent decisions are impacting him.
I have grown up on this platform.
Karens.
Okay? I have grown up on this platform. I'm actually getting emotional, dude. Oh my God. My career is because of this platform. I have a job because of this platform. I have a house because of this platform. I have a fan base because of this platform. And it frustrates me that, like, this is where we're at. Nobody at Roblox listens to us. And it's I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated.
In that clip, you can hear the frustration. He calls Roblox's comparison of Schlep to tone deaf.
Similar to actual predators, they often impersonated minors. I mean, again, this is just like, how are you more worried about people pretending to be minors than the actual minors? This is crazy.
Points out exactly why it's so wrong. Roblox has given more second chances to people running condo games than they have to someone actually getting arrested. cked has actually reported unsafe games such as Meat City or Public Shower Simulator, and nothing changes.
Public Shower Simulator? Yeah, we're playing this tomorrow for sure. Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna do this.
He's even confirmed that Schlepp
Oh,
brought
yeah.
them binders
Oh,
full
yeah.
of evidence, and they've still ignored it all. And Creecraft isn't alone in leaving the Roblox Star program.
You've got a
Other
lot of people that
creators
are
like
leaving.
Nixter
This
V,
is not a
Cubane,
surprise.
Nightfox, and a bunch more are either leaving the
Are
program.
they seriously defending the predators in that statement? They are desperately trying to not be labeled as a platform that has predators on it. And so they're blaming anything and everyone possible to avoid being seen as having predators on their platform. That's the reason why.
Or refusing to attend Roblox events and protests. On top of that, after consulting some people in private, I was actually told that a lot of people are considering leaving right now with subscriber counts in the millions. This is a
people will start leaving whenever now, like, because this is what happens. Once people start leaving, it makes the community ask, why are you staying? And then it creates like an entropy effect where everybody leaves. Like this happened with like multiple orgs before. It happened like with Method, for example. Whenever like, you know, they had drama, like a couple of people left, then like everybody fell down. Like a guild falling apart, exactly like a dominoes. Yes. A cascade.
Mass exodus from people who've been loyal to the platform for years. These
Roblox is too big. Roblox is very, very big, but you'd be really surprised. Like think about how much, like YouTube is bigger than Roblox is, right? I mean, it obviously is. And think about how much Elsagate fucked YouTube. No, this is absolutely serious.
Are making it very clear. Roblox's actions, or rather their inaction, have made it impossible to keep supporting them without damaging their own reputations. As I've said before in other videos,
you know what I mean? Every time I talk to another YouTuber about Roblox, it's the same thing. Oh my God, Roblox is that one game that has the problem with the right? It's the one game that has that wants to add data.
This is the same thing with Blizzard. I know where the bots are. You know where the bots are. Everybody knows where the bots are. The only people that play WoW that don't know where the bots are is Blizzard. So how is it that all the Roblox players know where the weirdos are? All the creators know where they are. The weirdos know where to go. Everybody knows except Roblox. Oh, it's a mystery.
And everyone's a kid, right? Like you got Moist Critical talking about it on YouTube. Like you're cooked, bro. You're cooked.
True.
It's like it makes me look bad. It makes all my
Everybody
friends
look
look
like
bad.
a weirdo.
It
Yeah.
makes Roblox look bad. It makes me not want to even tell people, hey, I'm a Roblox YouTuber. Because the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, oh my God, they're not doing a great, you know, like this is that one platform that wants that dating to the kids.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you tell somebody you like, oh yeah, I work at Blizzard. They're like, so what's that thing with the breast milk? So what happened with that?
doing a great job with it, you know? It's like
basically, if you're a Roblox
not so
YouTuber,
good, huh?
people immediately assume that you're a and only Roblox
Nah,
is
I think that's bullshit. Anybody saying that's a piece of shit. But at the same time, I do think that like whenever you're on a platform like this that has a lot of weirdos on it, you do get AoE damaged.
blame for that. Now, aside from the huge exodus from all the star creators, there have also been massive updates to the Schlepp lawsuit situation itself, as instead of being a sitting goose and allowing Roblox to silence him with legal threats, Schlepp has officially fired back at Roblox with a public response, and this time, he's bringing the heavy hitters with him. He's now partnered with two massive law firms, and the names are currently on screen because I can't pronounce any of them.
And you know why they're doing this? That $1 billion settlement? That's a big money situation for them. Oh, yeah.
Both known for winning massive corporate accountability cases. Between them, they've recovered billions for victims of against some of the biggest institutions in the country.
I'm getting ads. I said this the other day. I'm getting ads whenever I'm like, I'll have the radio on when I'm driving around. I've received ads very frequently recently, like on the radio, coming on saying like, "If you had a kid that was on Roblox that got groomed, well, you might be entitled to compensation from this class action lawsuit that we're filing." So like this shit's happening all over the place, even on like, again, the local Austin, Texas radio. Straight up, like that's how big it is.
Real policy changes to protect survivors. The legal firepower isn't all he's bringing to the table. Schlepp has also confirmed that he's teaming up with none other than Chris Hansen to produce a professional, in-depth documentary investigating Roblox's problem. And keep in mind, this isn't going to be just another YouTube video. This is a full-scale expose aimed at a mainstream audience with the kind of reach and credibility that Roblox can't just brush off as internet drama. Schlepp's legal team has made it clear that his fight isn't just about reversing his ban, it's also about forcing Roblox to answer for years of negligence. Schlepp went on record about his own experience as a victim when he was just 12.
Yeah, I mean, if they go through discovery and they find out that they ignored these problems and they didn't like deal with them because they were worried about it hurting their growth, I think they're fucked. They're mega fucked.
By a Roblox developer who had official merchandise sold nationwide and direct contracts with the company. Schlepp's mother reached out for help when Schlepp was hospitalized after an unfortunate attempt, but Roblox completely ignored her until she threatened legal action, and even then they tried to shift the blame, claiming happened on a completely different platform.
That's right. The Predator being a contracted Roblox developer who had the company promoted events. Yeah, that's not so good.
Being someone Roblox paid, promoted, and showcased at events.
Again, all they're doing is trying to hide as much as they can from any degree of accountability. They are terrified of people finding out about this.
The developer continued to make money and enjoy Roblox's support for years before finally being banned, and only because another victim came forward.
What a surprise.
Schlepp's investigative work has led to 6 confirmed arrests.
Remember what I said about the 5? 2 people come forward. Imagine, do you think everybody that it happened to came forward? Really? I mean, like, think about this for 3 seconds. You obviously would come to the conclusion of no.
Who were first contacted on Roblox, but instead of seeing that as a reason to work with him, Roblox is framing him as the problem, banning him under vague vigilante group rules, and hitting him with legal threats under the Computer Fraud Act.
Yeah, he's not being a vigilante, by the way, because vigilantes try to apply justice themselves. He's not actually trying to arrest anybody, to detain anybody, to do anything. He's just simply obtaining information and then giving it to the police. And then the police decide whether they want to act on that information or not. So there's no vigilante behavior that's really even happening. He's exposing
the same
them?
exact
Yes.
playbook they used against Ruben Sim. Something worth mentioning, something that I actually mentioned in my previous video, is that in Roblox's most recent response, they openly said that vigilantes are worse than while referring to Schlepp. That statement is insane all on its own, and I'm genuinely surprised.
And this is insane, similar to actual predators. They often impersonated minors. So you're going to compare people that are trying to keep your platform clean from predators to actual predators. Not my strategy. I would not have done that if I were them.
I don't see more people talking about that. And here's the hypocrisy. Roblox claims the reason they target people like Schlepp is because conversations are moved to another platform, supposedly bypassing their safety tools. But if they're so against it, why do they have built-in features to promote those very same platforms?
Why can you type Discord? If Discord is something that if you're trying to stop people from doing out of platform conversations, just word filter the word Discord or disc. And that's going to make a lot of it go away. You can't? You can word filter anything. Oh, you can't type it? Oh, it is filtered. Okay, well, that's good. At least they did that.
On your Roblox profile or group page. It's like they want the traffic offsite when it benefits them.
Let me guess, they put spaces or dots in between the letters and then it still works?
Punish you for it the second it makes them look bad. And now, they've picked the wrong person to try that on. Schlepp isn't just going to vanish quietly. He's taking this whole fight to court, to the press, and to an audience far bigger than Roblox's own player base, which leads us to our next major development. The Louisiana Attorney General...
I think that a lot of Roblox... I think the truth is that this issue will probably only ripple effect maybe 20 to 30% of the Roblox user base and make them aware of it. But what will matter and what will count is actual legislation and legal proceedings that make them have to do things. That's the only way that this actually changes. Because expecting Roblox and getting mad that Roblox does this, kids are still going to want to use Roblox. They're not really going to care about this. They're going to say, oh, mom, I'm not doing that. It's okay. Because there's plenty of weird stuff on YouTube and other platforms, too, that they're doing. The reality is that unless legal precedent is set and legal accountability is achieved, no ground will be gained at all in this Roblox situation. There will be no ground gained. Now, it might be a temporary improvement that they then relax after the pressure is off them. Good argument for real ID on the internet legislation. I told you this was going to happen. I said it was going to happen. Anybody who thought this wasn't going to happen was retarded. Of course.
Liz Murill has officially filed a child protection lawsuit against Roblox. This isn't just a parent complaint or a clickbait headline. This is the highest legal authority in the state, accusing Roblox of enabling some of the worst crimes imaginable.
Wow.
According to the filing, Roblox has and continues to facilitate the distribution of material and the of Louisiana's children. The lawsuit claims Roblox knowingly and intentionally fails to put basic safety controls in place to protect kids.
I think that it's guaranteed if you go through discovery, you will probably be able to find communication of them choosing not to do certain things or choosing not to action certain things because of their popularity or because it would damage user acquisition. And I think the moment that you find that, you can easily create a case that Roblox intentionally allowed predators on their platform because it would be bad for business not to do so. And I think the second that happens, it's over. Roblox traders go burn. Well, and here's what I think, right? I think that we have a huge problem in America where people can make decisions inside of a corporate environment, and because of the corporate veil, they're never held personally accountable. I think that if these decisions were being made by specific executives or specific people in the leadership of Roblox, I think that they should be personally charged. I do. And I'm a very big advocate of direct personal accountability for bad actions. Because the issue and the reason why corporations run so wild in America is because almost all levels of accountability are completely displaced through the corporate veil. But the moment that you hold an individual person accountable for this behavior, that's whenever it just disappears. Hold the executives and investors accountable? No, I don't think you need to hold everybody collectively accountable. I think that you just need to find 2 or 3 people. That's it. Find 2 or 3 people that are black and white cases of them saying this is okay and we don't care because we're going to get more money out of it. Crucify them. Everybody else stops. Because that's the thing, the CEO mainly. And I have the same viewpoint of like illegal aliens. Like any of these different like warehouses that are hiring illegal aliens, I think they need to go through discovery, figure out whether they knew whether these individuals were illegal aliens. And if they did, and they hired them anyway, I think they need to get charged for human trafficking. Do it. Do it. See what happens. Do the same for politicians. I completely agree. You want to crucify everyone? Yes. Yes, I think that we have a huge problem. Our society is being run by psychopaths, retards, and Karens. And they have created an unholy alliance to make the world less safe, to inshitify every single aspect of our lives. And I think that we need to take the power back from them and hold them accountable on an individual, personal, and extreme level. So yeah, actually, you're right. Yes.
Fails to warn parents and children about the dangers on their platform. The Attorney General didn't hold back either, saying things like, due to Roblox's lack of safety protocols, it endangers the safety of the children of Louisiana. Roblox is overrun with harmful conduct and child because it prioritizes user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. Every parent should be aware of the clear and present danger posed to their children by Roblox so they can prevent the unthinkable from ever happening in their own home.
Jesus.
And the examples they give are completely crazy. The lawsuit points to games like Escape to Epstein Island, ironic if you saw one of my other videos, Diddy Party, and Public Bathroom Simulator Vibe.
I don't have a problem with any of these if these are adult-only games. I don't have a single issue with them. The problem isn't that you have these games. Well, it is because this is a kid's platform, but this should be for adults. Keck, what age is 9? Wait, Public Bathroom Simulator? No way. No way. I don't believe this. Wow. Yeah, it is
All
bad.
hosted on Roblox, which have contained sexually content, including simulated child gang. It highlights that Roblox has allowed these types of experiences to be created, distributed, and accessed by minors with little to no meaningful moderation.
Yep.
It also cites that a group of over 3,300 members openly trading material and soliciting
Ad for a young girl to RP with. This is a public chat. Oh, God. Oh, fuck. And as I said, guys, the silver lining is that most of these are probably just, listen, it's probably just some guy that lives in a third world country that's pretending to be a young girl to get some weirdo to give him money that lives in Europe or something like that, right? I mean, like, the majority of these people are probably just weirdos, and it's not actually kids, but some of them are kids.
acts from minors. And it doesn't stop there. The filing brings up a recent arrest in Livingston Parish, Louisiana, where a suspect actively using Roblox
Sure, keep coping. I'm just being logical. If there's a monetary incentive that's created, you're going to have people that are going to try to take advantage of that monetary incentive. This is something that exists inside of every single monetary incentive that's ever existed. Like, I'm being reasonable and just come on. What are we doing? Obviously, that's what happens.
Was found in possession of material and had voice-altering tech designed to mimic the voice of a young girl for the purpose of luring in minors. The Attorney General says Roblox.
Whoa. Whoa-wee. Wow-wee. Holy shit. Jesus.
A young girl for the purpose of luring in minors. The Attorney General says Roblox is in direct violation of Louisiana law and is seeking to permanently ban them from making false claims about their safety features, force them to pay restitution and damages, and hit them with every civil penalty possible.
Not enough. Direct personal accountability for the people that made the individual decisions to not moderate this. Direct personal accountability, actual charges on them. Put them on the sex offender list. Do that, and this stuff happens. This stuff stops happening. How could you prove that, though? Really simple. So you would go through discovery whenever the lawsuit happens, and then you would find everybody's text messages and communication. And any form of destruction of evidence to avoid discovery is a crime in itself. But let's go ahead and just ignore that for now. So you're going to probably find, do you really think that there are not messages that any of these people have sent out that say, like, we don't want to do this because it would hurt user acquisition? Really? Do you really think that's not happening? Like, do you really think nobody's ever said that? Of course they've said that. It had to have been communicated somewhere, and it probably was communicated in text at least once or twice. What's discovery? So discovery is the process in the beginning of a court case where all of the information involving the court case is turned over to the authorities, and it's turned over to the people involved with the court case so they can look it over and build a case against the opposing party. So what that means is that now you're able to go through, it's evidence. Basically, they're collecting evidence. They're discovering evidence, potentially, right? And theoretically proof. It's kind of ridiculous to not moderate it and leave it. Yes, it leads to an investigation. Is the company supposed to be on the line for protecting minors? I feel like that's not okay. Did I say that? No, I didn't say that. What I did say is that I think that if you have an individual person that is intentionally making decisions that endanger children because it would put their bottom line at risk, or it would serve to maybe not make them as much money, then I think those people should be held personally accountable on a criminal level. I'm not saying everybody at Roblox should go to jail. That's retarded. Of course not. But I'm talking about a handful of people that you can definitively say these people tried to ignore the actual problems because they wanted to save money and they wanted to, or save and also make more money. So that's really it.
The lawsuit also specifically calls out Roblox for having zero minimum age requirements,
jail the CEO?
no real age verification,
I don't know about that.
and no parental consent checks, meaning can pose as children can lie about their age to bypass restrictions, and Roblox knowingly allows...
Ooh, see what I was telling you guys? I said this was going to happen. So upper management, not low-level employees? Absolutely. I don't want to see a low-level employee go to jail for something like this. I want to see an executive go to jail for this. I want to see somebody who owns stock in the company go to jail for this. That's my mindset. Because that's how you that's how you create accountability. Why not put the CEO in jail? Because he might not have... I don't think that there would be direct evidence. I mean, like, I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying that I would not do that categorically.
It because keeping those accounts active is much more profitable.
Exactly.
Morill's office also posted these allegations publicly, showing screenshots of these disturbing games and experiences to make it clear that this isn't speculation.
Let's take a look here. Epstein Island. Okay, all right. Apparently they got rid of that one.
Evidence they believe proves Roblox has created, curated, and perpetuated an environment where can thrive, unite, hunt, and victimize kids. Now, as a result of this lawsuit, I recently also came across about articles out of Indonesia that show Roblox's problems aren't just being noticed in the US, they're actually being called out globally, and this comes right after Roblox was banned in Qatar following the Schlepp situation. On August 14, 2025,
they're getting cooked.
Indonesia's Minister of Communication and Digital, someone named Hafid, met with Roblox's Asia-Pacific representatives to address growing concerns about child protection on the platform. She's demanding Roblox make serious changes such as restricting user communication for children, filtering out inappropriate content, and making parental control.
This is exactly what I was discussing, and anybody who's worked in a corporate environment knows this. Board meetings and decisions require logging, names, etc. View the logs and who attended and who said what and go after them specifically. Meeting minutes are the official written records of company meetings, included topics discussed and decisions made. Corporate meeting minutes typically include the meeting's date, time, and location. There are also a lot of people who use AI now to take notes of corporate meetings. And so how many of you guys like read AI or something like that? You guys familiar with this? Maybe you work at a company that does this? Yeah, we do. Exactly. Well, I think they might be able to find a couple of keepers there, huh? How about that?
Controls clear
Very
and
easy to find.
Effective. Meltia Hafid said that these improvements are essential to ensure Indonesian children are protected from harmful content and interactions on Roblox. And here's the thing. Roblox has been officially registered in Indonesia since 2022 as an electronic system provider, which means it's supposed to set an example for safe and productive online spaces. But right now, the government is warning them to fix their system within the next 1 to 2 months, or they could be looking at a potential ban in the country. It's not just the communication minister raising red flags either. Indonesia's Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, Abdul Muti, has also criticized Roblox not only for the dangerous content, but for its impact on children's behavior.
Yeah, of course.
He pointed out that the game is filled with violence, which makes kids more emotional and even affects their ability to tell the difference between fiction and reality. So when you take a step back, it's clear this isn't some isolated problem. Roblox is now being called
What
out.
I do care about, though, to be fair, though, is that a lot of parents, like as a parent, you should be understanding what you're getting yourself into whenever you engage your child in being involved playing a game. And I think that one of the big issues with Roblox is that Roblox is such a massive Pandora's box, and it's such a open-ended game platform that it's like you're not really going on Roblox isn't like going on Minecraft or going on Fortnite. It's like going on VR chat, or it's like going on like Facebook or something like that. It's a totally different platform. And so that's also another big issue, is that these things are not properly disclosed to parents.
Well,
really? Yeah. No, really. I think parents should be able to be informed about what their kids are doing on the internet. Parents generally have no idea. I talk to all the parents I know. I'm a dad that watches, moderates what my kids can do online, getting educated about this stuff. Yeah, exactly. Do you believe if parents are too lazy to monitor and protect their kids, then they shouldn't be having kids? I'm going to ask you a question, Commander Cody. Were you able to access any form of pornography or explicit content before you turned 18? Yeah, but I got caught. Okay. After you got caught, did you stop looking at that inappropriate content until you were 18? Or did you keep looking at it in a more secretive way? So, by your own definition, your parents shouldn't have had you. I was getting at the broad scope of parents to simply take no responsibility. Well, why does it matter if the responsibility is taken or not, if the outcome is the same? The problem is the behavior and the outcome, not the action itself. Somebody can put all the effort in the world to using their forehead to hammering a nail through a piece of wood. That doesn't make them any smarter or any better than a person who takes 3 seconds to do it with a hammer. Just because somebody puts effort into something doesn't matter. It's the effect of the behavior that makes a difference. And by your own definition, this is why this is just answer the question. Well, no, it's what kind of allegory is that? I think it's a very good allegory, honestly, good metaphor. My point is with any of this stuff is that I understand that parents need to take, true, I believe parents should be informed versus parents who simply don't care, but it didn't matter, right? If your parents were informed, because you still were able to overcome their restrictions. The same as every single other kid will be able to overcome the restrictions too. And the reason why is because the restrictions are not, they're not complete enough, basically. I think that's really the main issue more than anything else. To not have kids is a bigger stretch. Yeah, exactly, right? And lots of parents assume the game is doing some sort of management. Yeah, right. I disagree. You can disagree, but you're going to follow the same line of logic that I will, and you're going to arrive at the same location. The people that are disagreeing with me are idealists. Idealists are the biggest enemy of any sort of effective change for anything. I'm not an idealist. I am a pragmatic, realistic person. And if I don't I have ideals that I work towards, but I look at what's pragmatic. Your idea of how things should be isn't real. It'll never be real. It's a fantasy. Yeah, you're fantasizing. Ideal is, yes, perfect is the enemy of good.
Banned by governments across the world, from the Louisiana lawsuit to the Qatar ban, and now the Indonesia putting them on a 2-month countdown. The pressure is coming from every direction, and if Roblox doesn't clean up its act fast, more and more countries are going to follow suit. This is important because you have to keep in mind a huge chunk of Roblox's player base are from Indonesia. I mean, we've seen how Indonesian children were jumping on to grow a garden, leading it to have a live player count of about 33 million just last week.
That's insane.
Before I end this video off,
Holy
I strongly
fuck.
believe people should not let this situation slow down, and we need to keep pushing.
YouTube videos won't do anything. You need to have legal requirements. That's what needs to happen.
Out the whole truth about this situation. Everything that's happened so far is triggering so much stuff around the world that might actually result in a positive change for Roblox. If you're still watching
Yeah.
this video, please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to share this with a friend and comment #FreeSchlep if you want to help this video do better and push the story to more people. The situation has so many updates that I'm probably going to be doing another video about this tomorrow. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.
No, I think this is great. I mean, I didn't even know this stuff about Indonesia. Let me link you guys the video, give it a like. Guamgo, is that how to say it? Probably not, but I did. Let me link you guys this video. There's a lot of video content in Indonesia for young adults. Well, I don't know. I've never been there. I have no idea how it works at all. But anyway, this is a huge fucking problem. And I think, again, do you think parents should just not give mobile phones and computers after school? I think that as a parent, like, I'm going to give you what I would do as a parent. I think that as a parent, and a lot of people are going to disagree with what I'm about to say, I would let my kid go on the internet with pretty much unrestricted access as early as they wanted. Because I think as a parent, my job would be to prepare a kid for the real world. And I'm obviously not talking about going at like 7 and watching ISIS executions, right? The extremism stuff. But I think that as a parent, like, that's what my parents did. That's what my dad did. He says, yeah, you look at whatever the fuck you want. I don't care what it is. Yeah, if you got a question about something, just ask me. I'll tell you. It's like, why is this? Where'd this guy's head go? Oh, it got blown off. See? Yeah, see, like, yeah, he was doing the wrong thing and he didn't obey the government. See, that's the way governments are over there. And that's it. And so anyway, yeah, why not? Exactly. With moderation, I agree. And so I think that giving your kids the ability to process these complex and problematic things in their lives is what's going to prepare them for adulthood much better than protecting them from these issues at all. Like, oh, well, they're never going to see this. Yeah, they will. They're going to go to school and their friend's going to show it to them. Then what? And so it's a naive fantasy that people that are stupid believe in. But the truth is that kids are going to see this no matter what. They're going to look into this no matter what. Like, and by the time we were in elementary school, people are already learning about like sex and stuff like that. And tell me if your experience was the same. And this is even before the internet, right? Because like they just hear about it from their friends, older brother, or like they look at some like magazine or something like that. Yeah, like 8, 9 years old, right? You show this to your friends? No, I didn't really do that. I mean, this is like maybe before that time. But the sheltered idealists break everything. They do, because that's the way that the world works. That's the way the world is. And if you don't want it to be like that, great. Neither do I, but it is. And unless you're working and you're trying to actively acknowledge things for what they are, not what you want them to be, you will always hurt yourself and other people that are around you. Because if you're operating on a fantasy, you can only create a unreal and non-existent outcome. So that's really what I would say.